Countries that are hardest to visit. 8. Somalia. Entering Somalia as a tourist is not only difficult but highly advised against. According to the Global Peace Index, Somalia is ranked 6th as one of the most unsafe places to visit. As a result, not many consulates or embassies issue visitor visas as to not risk their visitors. If you manage to visit Somalia, you need to have a security detail accompanying you so you can remain safe. 7. North Korea. North Korea is by far the most difficult country to visit as a tourist. To get a visa to North Korea, you have to apply for the visa through a tourist agency that has state-approved tours. If you hold an American passport, or you are from South Korea, you are not eligible for a North Korean visa. If you do get a visa, you cannot explore the country as you would other places. For example, you are not allowed to communicate with the locals, speak ill of the North Korean leader, you cannot walk around on your own, and you cannot leave the hotel after the tour guide has finished for the day. 6. Chad. Only 14 countries have visa-free access to Chad, the rest of the world has to apply for a visa to enter the country. However, getting a visa can be challenging. One of the most complicated parts of the visa process is getting an invitation letter. To get the letter, you need to have a sponsor or a hotel in the country's capital, N'Djamena, who will write it for you. To secure this invitation letter, you have to book a room at a hotel, and for the reservation, you have to pay the full fee, which is non-refundable. This means that if your visa application is rejected, your money is gone. Another difficult aspect of getting a visa for Chad is finding a consular office close to you. For example, if you are from the UK, you have to apply for a visa in Paris. Even if you do get a visa after you enter, you have 72 hours to register with the police, and some people have reported in online forums that extra payments were required to enter the country. 5. Eritrea. Eritrea is a small unknown Africa country located on the banks of the Red Sea. To be clear, it has been called the North Korea of Africa as only a few people visit. It's mostly known for being the last on the list World Press Freedom Index. There is no guarantee you will get a visa. Some applicants may only succeed after multiple attempts at obtaining one. So, your best option is to join an organized tour and hope your travel agency will be able to apply for your visas on your behalf. You can technically get a visa on arrival if there is no embassy in your home country. But you will need a visa approval letter from the government, which can take weeks or months, which definitely makes it one of the hardest countries to visit. 4. Nauru. Nauru is officially the least visited country in the world. Both the remote location in the Pacific and limited scheduled flights make this country one of the hardest to visit. The strict visa regulations add to it. Here is a helpful article on how to get your visa to Nauru. Most nationalities need to obtain a visa beforehand at of the 4 embassies in the world. Nauru is also the site of Australia's notorious refugee detention centre that has sparked controversy in recent years. 3. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan borders Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and Iran, and is one of the lesser-known Central Asian countries for a reason. The only way you will get in is with a letter of invitation, and by signing up and paying for a guide who will be with you all the time. If you get accepted for a visa, you will need to decide what sites you want to see in advance, as your route will be mostly set in stone before you arrive. That said, don't hold your breath. It's common to get rejected and deemed an undesirable. There is one loophole if you do get the visa, a 3-day transit visa, but only if you can prove that you're driving or biking across the country, have a predetermined route, and pinky promise to stick to it. Give yourself around 4 weeks to navigate the bureaucracy to try to get one of these temporary visas. 2. Libya. Americans aren't prohibited from visiting Libya. However, the State Department has made it clear that it doesn't think Americans should travel to the North African country. In fact, the US Embassy suspended all embassy operations in Libya in 2014, thanks to violence between Libyan militias. As of 2017, the embassy in Tripoli remains closed, plus the State Department has little ability to assist. US citizens traveling to Libya, and the US government can't help you get a visa to visit Libya. On top of that, most international airports are closed and flights in and out of the remaining operational airports are sporadic. 1. Yemen. Yemen is another country that the State Department advises Americans to avoid. The department cites a high security threat level posed by ongoing conflict and radical activities as a reason to defer travel to this Middle Eastern country. World Travel Guide reports that Yemen's embassy in the United States isn't currently issuing visas. Without one, there is no way to visit the country. Even if you did manage to obtain a visa, you would have to be on your best behavior. Visitors who violate Yemeni laws even unknowingly can be expelled, arrested or imprisoned.